All right, so if you're a small business owner that has a smaller advertising budget and you're wondering how we actually get 3 to 7 customers each week with just a $5 per day ad, you're gonna wanna keep watching this. And you're also gonna wanna keep watching this because at the end, if you stay to the end, I'm gonna share with you how to actually get the tools that I'm gonna talk about, what I actually use each day and what we use here to get these customers, how we track this so we know if it's working or not, and the most important things there. And then I'm actually gonna even give you a pre-made funnel that you can just with one click start using that I'm gonna describe in this video. But we're gonna talk about the strategy of how to use a lower advertising budget to get 3 to 7 new customers each and every week, the actual ad image and copy, and the way we think about ads so that we can actually just get to work, get it done without having to get real complicated with anything. And then what we actually say, once we generate the lead, once we get the person's attention or we get them on an appointment or they come in or whatever, what are the 6-step things that we say here? What's that script to get them to buy today, right now? And then how do we get our leads to convert faster? You might be getting leads right now, but they're not converting fast enough or at all into customers, and that's what you need. So my name is Mike with GowansMedia, and I'm just gonna be sharing this stuff with you because since 2007, we've been running campaigns and generating customers for ourselves and for other businesses. And I can remember when I first got started, I didn't know any of the tools. I didn't know any of the tech stuff. And it was like, that was the big barrier. I was like, can I actually do this if I'm not very, tech wise on this stuff? And I didn't know what to use. There were just so many different things coming at me that it was like just frozenness, because it was like, well, I don't want to use the wrong tool. You might be there too, right? You don't want to use the wrong system or thing when there could be a better deal. And then that's what else happens is, there's all these shiny objects outside of us distracting us and sending us over here and sending us over there. And, it sounds good, but is it fake or is it real? And then finally, you might have tried other things before. Maybe you tried getting leads yourself, or maybe you tried an agency or something like that, and it just didn't work. And it must work, and it has to work, but it's got to be simple. It's got to be clear and easy to execute. And then most importantly, it's like, how do I actually know this is going to work? And so I want to clear up all those things for you in this actual video. I'm not going to take a bunch of your time, but I really do want you to stay to the end because I want to give you these tools. And once you have these tools, just the funnel alone, is so powerful. It's going to just shave off a lot of time, a lot of effort, a lot of energy, and you're going to know what actually works. And this software stack and tracking sheet is just going to save you so much time and energy at the end when you use this, and resources as well. So, one of the big things when people go to do this stuff is they always say, well, I'm not a tech person, or they feel like, that's just for those types of businesses. That's not going to work for my spa, or that's not going to work for my, firearms business, or my golf course, or my, wine vineyard, or, maybe you're some sort of restaurant, or, maybe you do maybe you're an expert that's really good at providing a service to somebody, and you feel like that because your advertising budget isn't huge, that it's not going to work for you. So I'm really here to help you overcome that. And I really do understand how it gets, because there is a lot of different things out there, and there's a lot of people, that could send you in one direction or the other. And I just want to clear it up for you here and make sure that you've got what you need to get into it. So the first thing I want to talk about here is the strategy. So we're going to be talking about this right here. So here at the end of the day is the strategy. The strategy is we're going to attract people, then we're going to convert those people, and then we're going to deliver on our promise. So this is the ultimate top end strategy, or in other words, to take this down here a little bit, the strategy is, here's something that you want really bad, and I'll give it to you if you just watch this free presentation, okay? So here's an example of how other places use this. So like timeshares, for instance, they'll say, hey, here's a 3 free day cruise, but every day of that cruise, the requirement is you got to go down to the middle of the boat and watch this presentation about timeshares. Or maybe they're like, hey, come get a free steak dinner this evening at the local golf and country club, but all you have to do is just watch this 1-hour insurance presentation. So it's basically like, here's this thing that you want really, really bad, and we'll give it to you if you watch this presentation. So the way we actually do it and the way you would want to do it is you could say, in another way to break this type of deal down, you've got this person over here that is sad, okay, and they want to be happy. You know, this is what they want over here, and this is where they're at right now, but there's this gap right here, okay, and this gap, if you can help somebody cross this gap, okay, you are going to get their business. Okay, they'll trade their value for yours. Okay, they'll give you money and that whole deal happens. So here's what you do though. When you're running a $5 per day ad, you can't get complicated here. You got to keep it real simple. You have to stereotype people and you have to figure out, okay, what is it that they actually truly want without getting complicated? So you're basically saying, okay, well, if you want to know what the best types of eyelashes are and the best way to get those eyelashes, then watch this video right here, because I'm going to show you exactly what I've learned as an eyelash tech on what the best lashes are for you, how to choose those lashes, and how to choose the right person to do that. And hey, listen, if you stay to the end, I'm going to even give you a bonus, which is maybe a reduced price on a service or whatever, okay? But you're basically saying, here's this thing that you really want. Come over here and watch this training. And in the training, it is also going to make an offer at the end. Okay, so this is the strategy. Again, the strategy is, here's this thing that you really, really want if you'll do this. Hey, because it's your birthday, I know that you would like to get lashes based off your targeting features, because we can go in there and say like, they've looked at these lash brands or they've looked up eyelash extensions or anything like that. It's really easy to target. And we know that those people are involved in that. Well, Facebook does and lets us target that, okay? So we just basically pay to play. We pay for attention and then we follow up with them and make offers until they decide to buy. So in that way, you would say, hey, here's a, I'd use a picture in essence of a really beautiful eyelash job or something like that to get their attention, because it's kind of like, if you buy a certain car or whatever, you start seeing these cars everywhere. Well, just think about people that are into, eyelashes or golf or working out or food or whatever it may be, firearm, whatever it is that you're doing. Think about what's going to trigger them and stop them. And then what can I say that they're not going to be able to refuse? And that is as simple as you want to keep this. And that is the strategy. Hey, let's get them stopped. Let's attract them. And then let's convert them into a lead and then into a sale. All right. And I'll show you what that looks like here in just a minute. But that is the overall strategy. So what you would want to do is you'd want to start making a list of all the people that you would see as like being your ideal customer. Okay, so that's the first thing you want to do is like, who is your ideal customer? Okay, that's the first one. And then the second thing is what do they actually want? Okay, what are the wants that they have? And just keep this simple. You don't have to go complicated, okay? McDonald's keeps it simple. Apple pies, cookies, cheeseburgers, chicken nuggets, right? It's just real simple things, okay? Once we understand who we're going after and what they want, the next thing you want to do is, what can I offer that is going to make them where they can't refuse it, right? So if, let's say it was your birthday and I was running a $5 campaign to everybody that had an upcoming birthday, okay, let's imagine that. And I was gonna run it to people that were into eyelash extensions, beauty, cosmetics, things like that. I would then put a beautiful image of an eyelash, okay? So let's imagine this is our ad right here. So this would be your little profile picture. We could actually write some copy up here, put a link in it, and then there would be this image, and then there's this button to learn more. And we put a beautiful picture of, let's say, an eyelash right here, okay? Don't make fun of my eyelash. And it basically just says, hey, because it's your birthday and we know you love eyelashes, you get 50% off because it's your birthday. Download this coupon right here and come enjoy your service, your first service half off because it's your birthday. So that is an offer that they would want. They couldn't refuse. And it's real simple targeting. You run it to everybody that's got an upcoming birthday and loves eyelash extensions, etc. you got this image here, okay? Maybe half of the image even says something like this, okay? So maybe just half of the image is a beautiful eyelash. The other half says, happy birthday, okay? Happy birthday, and then 50% off or whatever it is, okay? Whatever you're willing to give up in order to get a new customer, get somebody's attention. So again, it's what do they want, all right? And what are we going to do to get them to give us their information so that we can follow up with them? So we can follow up with them in a couple ways here. Number one way that we can follow up with them, this is still up here in the strategy, okay? The number one way that we can follow up with them is, of course, getting their email, okay? Or even their phone number, all right? That's one way. Number two, you can create audiences in Facebook and you can retarget those audiences, all right? And then number three way to follow up with them is just keep sending them more ads. So just more ads going out there. And that's the best way to do it. That really, truly is the best way. You pay to get attention. You get them on a list of some sort, whether it's an audience or you get their phone number, you get their email, and then you follow up with them constantly using retargeting and email. Okay, these are the best ways. I'll just save you the time, energy, and confusion. The best way to retarget people is with retargeting ads that go out. So for instance, people that clicked this but did not get the coupon, you could retarget them and say, hey, Facebook, anybody that clicked on this indicating they wanted that but did not get the coupon, will you show them this ad and tell them to go back and get that coupon? So that's one way to do it. Another way to do it is we have some, this funnel over here that you're going to be getting. This funnel is pretty simple. It's just 4 pages. Okay, we put a video on this page where we demonstrate how good we are at something, and we give them the ability to click over here and they can either buy or they can schedule a call. Okay, this is just a simple success page, or it would be a receipt page if they bought something. And then to get them to this video page, we get their name and their email. We pixel this entire thing so that we can retarget, do things like that. And then this puts them, when they go from this page to this page, it puts them on an email list. And then we have automatic set emails that go out and just continuously drive value and get them to buy. And these just go on for infinity. And you can say, hey, if they got to this page, but they didn't make it to this page, show them this, so on and so forth. Okay, so I'm gonna give you this funnel. It's just a landing page. It's a video sales page. Here you can put a calendar, or you can make this an order form, okay? And then this is either a receipt page or just a thank you page for scheduling, okay? And then an automatic email will go out and make sure that they do schedule. If they don't, these emails keep trying to get them to schedule. It's really simple that way. And you just keep it simple, all right? There's no reason to get all crazy with it. So this funnel works really good. And then you can send $5 a day ads to here, okay? Now here in a bit, I'm gonna show you the converter, like how to make this go a lot faster, even with a low budget, okay? So again, what's the strategy? The strategy is, here's this thing that you really, really want and you cannot ignore because I know who you are, you're my perfect customer. If you'll just watch this video or if you'll just do this thing, which is opt in or get this coupon or whatever it is. There's a little gate there, okay? There's this gate. Now, what's beautiful about Facebook is you don't even have to have one of these funnels to get started. You can simply just collect the leads inside of Facebook with a Facebook lead form. We've done that with a client. They're getting 97-cent leads. So the typical lead, okay, to get somebody into like an email list situation is, depending on the business, of course, it changes a little bit, but let's just say across the board, it's anywhere from like $3 to $10. This person is getting 97-cent leads that are then going through a follow-up and retargeting process that sell a $200 per hour service in the firearm space, and it works great. And the thing that we're leveraging is he's leveraging some shoot and move drills, because people that are into firearms and firearm training, that's what they want to do. They want to learn how to shoot better and in different scenarios. And because he's a Navy SEAL instructor type guy, he can do that very well. And so he put together a simple checklist PDF, which was something that they would want. And then he gets them into a place where they're watching a video and signing up for his services. So very cool. That's the strategy. And here's one thing that you just need to know. And this is another reason a lot of businesses don't have a lot of success out there, is they're simply just not making enough offers, okay? So we know that in order to make money, we have to make offers. This is the ultimate, I'll just put this up here. We have to make offers, and the amount of offers we make is the amount of money we make. So make offers, make money, all right? So you have to ask yourself, how many offers, how many times have you asked your exact ideal customer today or this week or this month to actually buy what it is that you're selling? Because that's a lot of the problem that people have. They just don't have enough offers going out there, or they're not making any offers because they think it's going to be too expensive, or they're just not, aware of doing it, or they just don't know to do it. But you do now know that. And for $5 a day, you could be making many, many offers in your local area. And what's really great about Facebook and, well, really all the services that we use, which I'll talk about all that stuff in this bonus here, all the different ones that we use. But you got to target these ads. You can literally target just about anybody. Getting traffic isn't the problem. The problem is we don't have an offer out there to send the traffic to. Because you can just go to any one of these platforms, Facebook, Instagram, Google, YouTube, and just say, hey, will you show this ad, this offer to these people? And you can literally just select the gender, the incomes, the interests, the where they work. You could show it to people that just work at a certain place, all in your local area. And then you can even, after you start getting some traction, tell these platforms, hey, anybody that are like these people over here that either became leads or new customers, will you go find more people like those people and send them to these offers that we found work? Okay? So with the strategy, you've got to make really great offers, okay? And then you've also got to make sure that you understand that we're going to pay for attention in the beginning. And then once we pay for that attention, we are going to follow up with it, and we're going to create value, and we're going to drive people to our offers. And then we simply need to be following up, because we know the fortune's in the follow-up. And because humans can have error because of emotions, we want to rely on machines to do the follow-up, which would be paid retargeting. Hey, show this ad to people that clicked on my other ad but didn't buy, kind of thing. And follow up with email. Send this email to somebody that didn't get on the purchased or new customer list, and they'll send another email. So that is just what you want to do, and just keep it simple like that. And then you might be asking, well, what do I say in the emails? Well, what do they want? Give away your best secrets and sell your service, your product, your implementation. That's how you do that. And just keep it that simple. What is the thing that they actually want? Okay? So the other thing that you really need to know, and these are the only real metrics that you should ever really focus on when you're doing your advertising, until it's just, you've got so much business coming in that you can start focusing on other metrics, which maybe even then you wouldn't even care so much about. But that is your cost per click, okay? And this one's not as important as your cost per lead. And that one, of course, wouldn't be as important as your cost per sale. So why are these only so much important? Okay, well, if we know what let's say our cost per click, for instance, is $1, okay? So every time somebody clicks on our ad, it costs us $1. So our cost per click would be $1. Another metric that is going to adjust your cost per click and stuff like that is your click-through rate, okay? Is your click-through rate. You would want that to be around 1% or higher. Anything above 1% is pretty good, but 1%. So if your click-through rate is low, that means people don't like your ad. It means your offer's not good, your image is not good, and your copy in your ad, or what it says, is not good. So you'd want to keep creating ads till you got this to that 1% or higher, which would then make this thing go down. So the higher your cost per click, the higher your click-through rate, the lower your cost per click. And the better click-through rate you get, well, Facebook's going to go, well, people are clicking the crap out of this. Let's keep showing it to people, and they'll actually help you out, and that will reduce your cost per click because Facebook will be helping you. They want to keep people on the platform and keep them happy. Your cost per lead. Well, let's just look at this in a simple funnel that, again, like the one I'm giving you here. Let's just look at these 4 pages, okay? All right, so this is our video page. This is where we give away the free stuff that they really want if they'll watch this presentation, which we tell them to click and either schedule or buy, okay? And then here's our receipt page, and then this is where we make our big offer. We've got about 3 bullet points on there, a picture of what's gonna be on the other side, and then we get their name and email, and that sends them over here. So we've got our ad right here. Okay, so we got the ad going, we've got some copy in there, and then there's an image or a video, okay? So we've got either one of those, we'd be testing both. A lot of small businesses, they don't test enough, okay? So we've got this traffic going from our ad over to our landing page. Now this landing page could be inside of Facebook, or it could be the funnel that I'm giving you, okay? And so what we're looking at here is if it costs $1 here to get a click, and we get, let's say, 100 clicks over here, then that would be $100, all right, to get 100 clicks. So 100 bucks equals 100 clicks. And then if those clicks, let's say we get a 20% conversion, which about 10 to 20% is where you want to be, okay? That means we'd get 20 people here. So how much would it cost, whoops, not $20. How much would it cost to get 20 leads in this case? Well, 100 bucks, right? Because we spent 100 bucks to get 20 leads, all right? So what's our cost per lead? Okay, if we got 20. Well, if we got 20 out of that, our cost per lead would be 20 bucks, right? So $20 a lead. So our cost per lead is $20. Now the next thing we need to know is how much is it going to cost to get a sale? Well, typically if you could get over 2% conversion rate, you would be pretty awesome, because that's about where the masters of the masters get when they take their leads and turn them into sales. Usually if you can convert anywhere from 1 to 2%, you're going to live a great life with your business, okay? So let's just say that 2% of those 20 leads became a sale, okay? So then we would get 2 sales out here, okay? And let's say a sale for you is $100, okay? So that'd be 200 bucks, right? So you spent $100, you got 200 back. Wonderful. You spent, for every dollar you spend, you're getting $2 back, but our cost per sale now, we know to get 2 sales costs $100. Okay, so these are just, you know, made up figures, but they're not too far off, right? Depending on what it is that you're selling. So how much money would you then need to spend at this point to get, you know, 10 sales? Well, if 2 sales costs 100 bucks, right? We just do simple math and we say, well, how many sales do we actually want to get? If we want to get 2 sales a day, we need to be spending 100 bucks a day. And now you go, well, see, I knew I did not have the money to do advertising as a small business because I can't afford 100 bucks a day. Well, here's what's very cool. If you use these proper follow-up things, then what happens is you start at 5 bucks a day, and as you're going, Facebook will tell you, hey, we're gonna get you leads for this amount of money. Maybe like the example I gave you in the beginning, he's getting leads for $1. Okay, so what happens when you're starting to get leads for $1? Well, when you're getting leads for $1, that means every 100 bucks you spend, you're getting 100 leads, right? We seen here that we've got to get 20 leads to make 2 sales, or we've got to get 100, leads to get 2 sales, or whatever the numbers work out to be. And when you figure that out, as soon as you know what your cost per sale is, maybe it's 20 bucks. Well, every time that if you start small like this and you work your way up because you're tracking, then you'll see, okay, we'll just put that money back into the machine. And what you've effectively created here is you've created a way to print money in essence. So that's why it's so important that you have a tracking sheet. That's why if you stay to the end, I'm going to give you that. But we want to track, what is our cost per click? How much is it costing to get clicks? If it's too high, then we want to work on our click-through rate percentage. We need to make a better ad, okay? We need to make better images to stop people, okay? If our opt-in rate is really bad, then here's what the problem could be. Maybe your ad doesn't make sense with your landing page. Maybe it's like too weird. Okay, they get there and the messages are not congruent. You know, they don't stick together. They don't make sense together. Or you need to make a better offer on your landing page. Most of the time, your problem with your ads not working is your offer just sucks, period. Okay, you just need to work on your offer. You probably need to make, usually the offer when you make it, it should feel almost weird that you're giving that much stuff away, or that you're, you know, it's so good that you're like, this is almost crazy that I'd even be doing this. But if you understand this process right here, by having a machine that you can stick out, you know, so much money per day and it turns into leads, and you know that those leads are going to go through an email and a retargeting follow-up system, then you know that it's just great. Let's get these numbers figured out, and we know that if we want to make 2 sales, we got to spend $100 a day. So let's work our way to that, or let's figure out a way to cut the cost of the lead or cut the cost of the click, okay? So, like I said, if the leads are expensive, you need a better landing page offer, and you need probably some more traffic source. And then if your cost per sale is high, then, you know, we've got to work on this cost per lead thing, which means better offers, okay? Again, so here's the deal. With this being known, let's say that you sell something that is only $50, right? So let's say your cost per sale to get a sale is 2 sales would be $50, say. So your cost per sale is $50, but what you sell is only $60. So here's the problem. Now you go, well, even if it takes me $50 to make $60 and I only got $10 left, by the time I actually, you know, take my time and goods and price and everything like that, I'm actually not making money. I'm actually going backwards. Okay, well, this is where a lot of businesses that come to us and have us run their ads and things like that, we help them make an offer that is way more valuable than this. And people don't take into consideration what it actually costs to get a sale. Okay, they don't think about that, which you do now because you've watched this here training. But what we want to do is we want to increase the value of your offer. We want to couple things together, make it a bigger package. What can you do to make this thing more valuable? Those are things that you want to think about, and you want to try to get your sale up as high as you can, the value of the sale up as high as you can, because you got to remember you're gonna have to have a cost to acquire somebody, okay? It's really important that you understand that. And you know, if you don't get that, you're always gonna lose in advertising. So if you've been losing in advertising, it's because you don't understand what it costs to get a sale. So you really, really want to figure that part out, okay? And it's not hard at all. How many clicks, how many leads, how many calls or appointments or free trials or whatever did it take to make a sale? Once you have that, then you can work it backwards, and now you know if your ads are going to work and things like that. Okay. So the ad, image, and copy, all right, we've kind of went over that a little bit, but here's what it is at the end of the day. You've got a couple options here when it comes to Facebook. You can either do a video, which is probably the best, as Michelle would say. You know, she's another person here at the office. She's an expert at this, been doing this forever. She's been in all different types of advertising, brick and mortar, print, TV, radio, online, in person, the whole 9 yards. She's got very, very deep insight into this and the way it works. And she always says, demonstration beats conversation any day of the week. So if you suck at making ad messaging and copy, then the way to beat that is just demonstrate really, really well. Best way to demonstrate, use a video. So with the video, this is the first thing that they typically see, okay? So if that's the first thing they see, then when they're scrolling, you got to think about who is my ideal person. If you're trying to get more people to buy, the annual membership at your golf course, what do you think kind of image or video is going to stop them? How about a drone flying through the course, or just a picture of golf, or anything, a golf ball? That's going to stop them. And then the second thing that they see is this right here, the headline, okay? What are you going to say in the headline to get them to want to go up to the third thing that they're going to look at, which is what it says up here, which is the copy, okay? So if we're getting somebody scrolling through, we want to put something in here by stereotyping them. It's some sort of image or video that only your person would look at. What does this do? When you do this correctly, it reduces your click, it actually increases your click-through rate %, which decreases your cost per click, which actually makes the whole process, like once you've done this with these two things, then your cost per lead goes down, and then your cost per sale goes down, okay? Which is exactly what we want, is we want to always try to get this number as low as possible without, sacrificing quality, okay? Quality in the quality of the prospect. And the way you do that is you just really understand your prospect. You really know what they want, and you keep giving it to them for free as they, for free to watch a presentation where you're making an offer. So when it comes to ad image and ad copy, a lot of people will give you all these different blah, blah, blahs. Let me just keep it real simple for you. What if your life depended on it, what image would you put out in a crowd of people? You had no idea who these people were, but you were looking for somebody that was into golf, or you're looking for somebody that was into, really fine food, or whatever type of food maybe you sell at your restaurant, or, whatever it is that you're offering as a service. Maybe you do, yoga or Pilates or, eyelash or whatever. What is that image or video that if playing or on the screen or whatever, and they were scrolling, they could not look at it? The next thing is what would you say to them if your life depended on it, that you knew would get them to come up here and read this? And what would you say up here once you got their attention to get them to click and go to your, give you their name, phone number, and email, or go to your funnel landing page and opt in to give you their name and email? What would you show them? What would you say to them? That's as simple as it gets. And I'll tell you, the number one thing that will get people is this right here: curiosity, okay? Curiosity and the benefit, but you can't give it away until they give you either a click or their name, their email, their phone number, or name and email. Get their information, get that info. You want their information so that you can retarget them and follow up with them, because it does take people, 7 to 11 exposures before they finally buy something. That's the beauty of using these $5 a day ads. We can get people to raise their hand that are our people, and then we can follow up with them and keep emailing them and making them great offers until they buy. That's the trick. If you're not running retargeting and you're not paying to get in front of your ideal customer, why? Why is that? Why are you not doing that? You can do it at $5 a day, okay? Okay, so that's the ad image and copy. It's real simple. Just answer those questions. If your life depended on it and you only had one shot, what is it that you would present to your ideal customer that they could not ignore, or that they would have to stop and look at, and they would have to opt in to see? It's not more complicated than that, okay? I just saved you like hundreds of hours of reading copywriting books. It's really that simple. And the most beautiful part is you can just go out to the internet and look it up and find it, because you can go, what videos would they be watching if they had this problem and they were trying to solve it? You can type that into YouTube, or you can type that into Google. It'll start auto-suggesting things to you. And then you can watch that, and then you can go down in the comments and verbatim, they will tell you, yeah, but what about this? Or how do I get this? Or what is this? Da, 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 da. Guess what your next offer is? Take that thing, spice it up, and boom, do that, okay? So the 6-step sales script. Now, whether you talk to them in person, okay, so maybe they have an in-person appointment, they come meet with you, or maybe you do like a Zoom where it's kind of in person but virtual. Okay, so virtual, I'll put virtual IP for in person. Okay, and then the other one is just a simple call. Okay, so if you're doing this where you need to actually talk to them because you've got to find out if they actually qualify for what it is that you're offering or whatever the case is, you're going to want to follow these 6 steps. Okay. They're real simple. You don't have to worry about anything else except just get these 6 questions asked. And so the key with sales here is 2 things. Number 1, you're trying to get people to decide. You're just helping them to decide one way or the other. You don't really care. At the end of the day, you shouldn't care at all. You just are trying to find out and help them decide. It's all about them. It's helping them decide to either do it or not do it. Okay, you're trying to get one or the other happening. Okay, number 2 here is questions are the answer. Okay, so all you need to do is ask questions. That's it. Okay, so the first thing you want to ask them about is what's going on right now? What's their present situation? Okay, where are they at? Like what's happening? What's their current situation? What's going on in their life that's causing them to, want to talk to you on the phone? Like why are they presently not happy? All right. The next thing you want to ask them about is when you were happy or what happened in the past to either when you were happy or that made you unhappy, okay? Like what was going on in the past before this when you didn't have the problem or when you were happy and then the problem happened. Just ask them questions about that. Ask your team. Write it down yourself. What could I ask them, that would get them to talk about their past? What led up to this? Those types of things. Next thing is you want to ask them about the future. What is it that they want? What's the big mountaintop thing? Like what are they trying to get to? Okay, what is that thing? Really tell me more about that because people buy with emotions. So you've got to get those emotional triggers flying. Okay, you got to get that, oh yeah, thinking about what it is. You're asking these questions. Yeah, you want to hear the answers, but it's so they hear the answer. Okay, and then on the 4th thing, this is where you got to just ask yourself, who really is my customer? And you'd ask them, okay, well, why do you really want those things? Okay, why do you want this so bad? Why are you desiring this? Why is this so important to you? Okay, next question. Okay, and again, this is for them to answer you. Okay, why not stay where you are? This is always a good question. Like, why not just keep doing what you're doing? Why is this so important to you to change this? Okay, why does this have to happen or does it? Because you're going to find a lot of things there. You're going to take their temperature, see where they're at. And then I'm going to tell you something here. There's a question that you need to be asking all throughout this process here that'll save you a ton of time, okay? Which is, have you heard enough? Have you heard enough to buy? Okay, I'm going to shorten this. Have you heard enough to buy right now? Because what will happen there is they'll either say, yeah, I have, and you're done. You don't have to keep worrying about all this. Or number 2, they're going to say no, and you can say, well, what else do you need to hear? And that gives you insight as to keeping this to a place where they're going to be making a decision. Because if you can stop all the blocks that are helping them not decide and get them to decide, that's how you get the sale. And so then this final thing here is give them a call to action. But how you do it is you start with something high, and then you go down to low if they act now, okay? Normally it's $9,000, but because we found out that people that get started quickly are always some of our best clients or best whatever, we've got a first call incentive or we've got a first touch incentive or whatever. And so it's normally, $9,000, but if you start right now, it's only $4,000, and then you be quiet. And then you just not talk. And they're gonna scrumble around or whatever, and then they'll answer you. We don't take maybe. It's either a yes or a no, okay? Why not right now? Money. How long is it going to take you to get the money? Or, you know, what, blah, 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 whatever. They've got to decide yes or no. That's it. And if it's no, because it's not right now, they got to talk to their partner. Okay, great. After you've talked to them, would you be ready to make a decision if they're on board with it? Yep. Okay, when are you going to be doing that? And get a schedule out of it, right? Like, do not leave that with a maybe. You need to get a stark, hard, cold answer. Okay? So that's the script. Present, past, future, why not, call to action, start high, give them low if they do now. Okay? All right. So you've got that. Again, when you stay to the end, you're gonna get a replay to this and a breakdown of all this as well. So my biggest thing is, like, maybe you like all this and this is great and everything, but how do you do it where you don't have to do any of this stuff? Well, I'm gonna share that with you here in just a moment. But finally, how do you get them to convert faster? Well, there's three main things to get them to convert faster. If we want them to convert, or basically go from a lead to a sale, and we want this to speed up, the best way to do that is these three things. Number one, you want to retarget, okay? Retargeting is so powerful because people need more, exposures, not because they need them necessarily, but because their life is happening around them, and they'll forget, or they'll go here, or they'll go there, and it's just they forget, right? It just doesn't work out. And so when they get retargeted, then it does. It's kind of like, have you ever been to, let's say, Amazon or something like that, and maybe you looked up like, some kind of thing for your office, or maybe you were just looking up some clothes, or you needed an extra whatever it was, right? Maybe something broke. You didn't get it right away because when you were there looking at it, you all of a sudden the phone rang or something happened, or you had to go do something, and it wasn't that you didn't want it right there, but you literally just got distracted, or life happened and you left. Okay, later that evening after dinner or whatever, you sat down and you're like, you're sitting there, you open your phone, and there is that thing you were looking at, and it's staring you in the face again, and you clicked on it and went and bought it. That is retargeting. And this, if you do not have this in place for your business, you're literally probably throwing 30% or more down the drain in ROI. When you run this, what's so great is it makes your leads less expensive. It makes everything less expensive and higher ROI. How do we retarget? There's two ways. Email and ads. Okay, you just pay retargeting ads. All right. So the second thing you can do to make the lead convert faster is you can I'm just going to call it branding video because that's kind of what it is. But it's just videos where you do these two things. Number one, share other results from your clients. Okay, and then two, demonstrate. Now, whenever you're doing anything, if you can be a little bit more entertaining, then great. But at the end of the day, it's not about that. It's about, does this work? How does it work? Okay? And then in everything that you ever do, you want to be making a call to action. There's no reason to do anything online with anything at all, ever, anywhere, period, if you're not asking somebody to take action in some way, shape, or form. Comment, like, share, buy, schedule, whatever it is. You need to be getting that in place, because by doing that, making those call to actions, it educates your AI, which makes the retargeting better and makes your original ads smarter about finding new people, okay? And then the third thing to make your videos convert faster is leveraging something, okay? So Michelle is really good at this, and she's like, most businesses, they give away too much stuff because they think they need to give all this stuff away to get people to buy stuff. But she goes, you need to hold something that you can leverage, right? Hold leverage till that point where they, let's say, give you their name, phone number, and email. Okay, so they click the ad. They're like, yeah, I want that. They go to the landing page or the lead form. They give you their name, their phone number, and email to get the cool thing that you're offering. And then on the next page, this is where the magic happens. This is where you leverage. And you say, instead, like, let's take, for instance, like, I don't know, let's think of like a massage place. Okay, maybe you're a massage place and you're like, the ad is like, hey, because it's your birthday, you get $20 off your massage, okay? All you gotta do is give us your name, phone number, and email, and we'll send you that coupon, and they'll get the coupon over here. Now, what most people would do is they would say, yeah, it's a $20 massage, and you get, you know, we'll let you sit in the steamer, or we'll let you do all this different stuff, right? They just give that away up front. What you do is on that next page here, you say, now, if you schedule right now, we'll also give you, you know, a foot massage on top of a back massage, or we'll let you sit in the steamer in the hot tub, and then you'll get this essential oil treatment or something. So it's just something that you can throw in there, but you're leveraging it to get the now to happen. Okay, so leverage it, hold leverage. What's something, you know, what's a bonus if they schedule now? Okay, a bonus to get the now, right? So we have went through this, the strategy. Here's this thing you really, really want if you do this and watch this or get this. Add copy and add image. What's gonna stop them? What's gonna intrigue them? What can they not say, you know, I can check that out later, okay? 6-step sales script. Questions are the answer. We're helping them to decide. What's going on now? What was going on? What do you want to get to in the future? Why is that important to you? Why not just stay where you are? And hey, you want me to share this offer with you? Yes, I do. Okay, here's what it is. And because this is your first time, it's normally this, but if you get it right now, it's only this. And then we get them to decide. So now that you've stayed to the end, I want to go ahead and I want to share something with you. So here's really what's going on here, all right? Maybe you are, you know, maybe you're really busy, right? Or maybe you don't want to know any of this tech stuff, or maybe you don't want to do, you know, these ad things, or you don't want to do any of this stuff, but you know that it's something that you absolutely need, okay? So I've got a really great offer for you here. So who this is for a business owner that you're a small business, you have a low ad budget, you want to have a bigger one, but you got right now, you got a low ad budget, you're already in business, okay? It's just slower than you want it to be, or maybe you want it to go from where it is and be a lot bigger, or maybe you're not doing ads at all. So in business, okay, getting customers, you care about your customers' results above everything else. Okay, I'm not here to help people hurt people. So you got to care about your customers getting great results. And you've got to also understand that it takes skin to be in the game, skin to play, right? You've got to create the video. You've got to be a part of it. You've got to invest in getting attention, and you've got to invest in growing the business. So you understand it takes skin to play the game. And at the end of the day, you like to complete things more than complain about them, because you're completely in charge of your having success. So if you're a small business that has a low ad budget and you want to get more customers, and you are not wanting to do any of the tech stuff, you don't want to do any of the tracking stuff, you want to just focus on your business and getting really good at what it is that you do, and you'd rather have somebody else take care of your advertising and your marketing and stuff like that for you, then I've got a really, really great offer for you. So what we do is we actually help businesses like that get customers each and every day using very inexpensive advertising, and we scale them up as per we see it fit to them. And each and every week, what we do is we actually give them a report every 7 days. Hey, here's how much you're spending. Here's how many leads you got. Here's how many sales you got. And do you want to scale this up? Or, hey, we're going to switch out an offer. You know, we need to get a new image or a new video or something like that. Okay. So what's even more beautiful is that the initial campaign that we run with you is very cool. All we require is that you spend at least $5 per day on your ad spend. Okay. Now you'll pay this to Facebook initially. If you want to grow into other places like Google, YouTube, all that stuff, you can absolutely do that. And we'll talk to you about that as we go. But your customers are on Facebook. I mean, period, right? So there's just no, getting around it. So you just spend a minimum. If you decide you want us to do it, you have to spend $5 per day, and you'll pay that to Facebook, okay? So that's very simple. Now, what I suggest is that you spend, so this is just my suggestion, you don't have to do this. I suggest you spend $10 a day. Here's why. One of the, if we split this thing out right here, this $10, I like to do $5 per day on cold market, meaning we're gonna find people that have never heard of you or have not tried you or didn't know you existed, and we're gonna be spending $5 a day using these special event campaigns that are going to target and take advantage of just people that are in their lives in a certain point. Maybe it's an anniversary, they're coming out of the military, it's their birthday, this happened, that happened. There's so many different categories for special event. And we can really leverage that and get you to get some leads very inexpensively and very quickly. And then what I really like to do, because we know fortune's in the follow-up, I like to spend another $5 a day minimum on retargeting. And that's just asking the people that didn't get started the first time to go back and get started. So we'll be sharing different things with you. You don't have to do any of them. The only one that I do require and that the team requires here is that we spend at least $5 per day on ads. So if you have a $5 per day ad budget, then you're really gonna love this offer, okay? So what I want to do is I want you to go down below and I want you to schedule a call, because you really only got two options. You must, as a business owner, you must get attention, okay? And the only way to get attention out there is one of two ways. You can use elbow grease, so you can work hard for it. You can be posting and all that, manually, we'll call this. And the problem with that is it takes a lot of time. You should be doing it anyway. It's branding for you, but it takes time, okay? It takes effort, and it takes some know-how, okay? So that, those are some things that maybe you don't have right now. You don't want the know-how, you don't have time, and you've already spent enough effort. So that's your first option. And if you try to figure this out and do all this stuff yourself, there's no way around it. It's gonna cost more because there's gonna be failure, okay? It's your failure cost. So, we don't want that. We need you focusing on what you're good at, and that's why we're making this offer to you. The second one is to have us do it, okay? So we're really good at this stuff. We've been doing this for a long time. We've made 7 figures doing this stuff repetitively, and we're really gonna make it a lot easier, okay? It's gonna be a lot faster. It's gonna be less headache or less pain because you won't have to learn and go through that curve and do all these things. And way less effort, because all you're gonna have to do is just kind of share with us, what your offers are, and you'll have to let us help you make some offers that we already know work because we've been doing this for so long with so many different people. But these are your two options. Now, if this is the option that makes the most sense for you because you can't afford $5 a day, and you want somebody else to do this for you, then here's the thing that you need to do. Because we only work with certain people, and we only work with people that are serious, that have a great attitude, I want it to be a great time. And we want to work with people that we know for an absolute fact that we can get them results because they have the right product, they have the right setup, all those things. I'm offering a very cool strategy call with you. So below this video, you're watching this video right here, okay? Below this video, a button should have appeared that says, let's talk. Here's what happens on that video. Number one, we find out where you are, okay? And where you want to be, okay? So where you are, where you want to be. We are going to share a custom plan with you to show you how to reach your 12-month goal. So where do you want to be financially in 12 months? Let's say, I don't know, an additional 100,000 a year, whatever it is. I'm just making these up. We'll give you a plan, whatever it is that you're doing. We will also up here actually help you find out where your pain points are and where your gap is and why your stuff's not working. Or in other words, we're gonna help you come up with a really powerful offer and how to handle that. This is all free, by the way. This talk right here, when you click this button, you'll actually go to a page where you can just schedule a time, and we've opened up our schedule over the next 5 days here to take calls, the team and I. So you'll either talk with me or somebody on the team, but we've opened up the next 5 days to take on some new calls. And listen, this isn't like we're gonna hammer you and sell you. It's not gonna be that at all. People really actually love this call because they get their questions answered. So we get your questions answered, so you know what's going on there, okay? Maybe you have questions, are we doing this right? Are we doing that right? And then what we also do is, if you want, we will share with you what it would cost for us to work with you, and we wouldn't really know until we, really look at what you have, but I can promise you this, it's very, very inexpensive in consideration to what you're getting. And here's the other thing. If you want exclusivity with us, you're gonna get it. And that also leads to why you wanna actually schedule this call now, because we had a client that he come to us and he's got a fitness type place, and when he came to us, he says, 5 years ago, it was just us. We were the big dogs out there. And he goes, within the last 5 years, he goes, we've had over 20 places like us move into the area. And he goes, now we don't feel like we stick out that much. We're kind of like this little hidden thing in here. And he goes, I want to know how to get back on top and get that attention. Well, look, with the exclusivity, this is why you want to schedule this call now if you're serious. Let's say that we pick your business to work with. We won't work with any of these other businesses, okay? You get exclusivity, and so that is how you are going to crush it. We wouldn't go compete with your competitors with you and everything like that. But here's also the other flip side of the coin. If you don't take us up on this, then these people might, and then you couldn't work with us, and now it's not gonna look good over here. Okay, so we can't work with that many people at all. The spots are limited because we do work so closely with you. And as we get more and more people, we just did this not too long ago. We opened up our opportunity to work with more people again. And as as we work with more people, we're going to get more full. And as we get to a break point, the price is going to have to go up. And so I don't want that to happen for you. But right now we've got a price that's it's literally almost silly if you would ever refuse it based off what we're doing, and there's just really no way for you to lose. So here's the thing, if you want to talk, if you want us to give you a game plan and help you understand where you're falling short, if you want us to help you come up with your cost per lead and your cost per sale, we're going to be doing that on this call. It's all completely 100% free. It's not a big sales pitch type thing. We're going to answer your questions. We're going to give you a custom game plan here. You're going to love the call. And we'll be honest with you. If we can't help you, we'll tell you, hey, we can't help you. Maybe you should try here. Maybe you should do this. You'll leave that call. Like some people say, it's one of the best calls I ever made in my business, ever. And they've been in business for years, because what you leave here is with clarity and direction. How would you like to be clear on what you need to do next to hit your next goal? How would you like to be clear and know we just need to do this and not worry about all this noise and minutia over here? What would that be worth to you? What would it be worth to know what kind of offer to put out in the marketplace and how to offer it? What would that do if you just knew what offer and where to market it and how to market it? Okay? What would it be, and down below, by the way, there should be, another little section down here where you'll see the subject line, okay, of the email that we sent. Okay, you'll see a subject line of the email that we sent that delivers all your tools here. Okay, so we emailed that to you, so make sure you go check in your inbox to grab this right here. You want to grab all these bonuses and tools for staying to the end. We just had it send to your inbox. We didn't have it send right away. We had it send a little bit later so that you would stay to the end and actually get this stuff. So I hope you found a lot of value in this. I can't wait to talk to you. We've opened the next 5 days to take calls from you. And we're going to help you get customers for your business, even if you have a low ad budget. We'll do the work for you. We'll run your ads. We'll help you create your offers. We'll do the tests and the tracking. All you have to do is you have to deliver. Remember in the beginning of this, I said the main strategy is we attract, convert, and deliver. What if all you had to do was focus on delivering a great service, a great experience, a great product, and we took care of all the attraction and conversion, and you knew to the dollar a day how much each sale was going to cost to get it, and you could pull the trigger and say, we want this many sales, or we want this much, and you could do that because we're going to break it down and turn it into math for you. So get your custom plan, get your questions answered, grab that exclusivity, grab a spot before the prices go up, and go ahead and press that Let's Talk down below. And I can't wait to talk to you, or you'll talk to a member of our team. All right? Can't wait to speak with you.